Good morning, Class 8. This is Miss Rai, and we are going to continue with rotation and revolution. And today, basically, we are going to deal with the effect of revolution. And there are two effects of Earth's revolution, that is, varying length of day and night, and the phenomenon of seasons, or the occurrence of seasons, we can say. Okay, so these two topics we are going to deal with one by one. Okay, first we will deal with the varying length of day and night. So, what exactly is the varying length of day and night? Is the difference in the length of day and night in different part of the year. That is the varying length of day and night. We all know, because of Earth's rotation, occurrence of day and night is there. If there was no rotation of the Earth, occurrence of day and night wouldn't have taken place. And because of the tilt of the Earth's axis, because of the inclination of the Earth's axis, there is difference in the length of day and night. But the length of the day and night, it varies according to season. And what is the season? Season is the position of the Earth in when it is revolving around the sun. So season, we basically can say that it is the after effect of revolution. So if there was no revolution, season wouldn't have occurred, and if there was no season occurring, then there wouldn't have been difference in the length of day and night in different places of the Earth. Second point is the sun is at an average distance of 149 million kilometers. So the rays are parallel. Since it is very far away, that means the average distance, we can say, the longest distance is 152 million kilometers, and the shortest is 148 million kilometers. So the average distance, it is 149 million kilometers. Since it is very far away, that's why the sun's rays becomes parallel as it reaches the surface of the Earth. Now, on 21st June, as the Earth is revolving, the sun is overhead at the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so all the parallels that is there in the northern hemisphere, they experience the longest day in the year. Okay, all the parallels of latitude that are there in the northern hemisphere, they experience longest day. Okay, after that, what is happening is, as the at this time, the length of the day increases with increase in latitude. So as we go from the equator towards the north polar region, we see that the length of the day increases continuously. Okay, and from the north of Arctic Circle onward, we see that there is 24 hours of daylight. So that is because basically the North Pole, it is tilted towards the sun, and this phase, it lasts from 21st June to 22nd September. Now on 23rd September, what is happening is there is 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night. Why is there 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night? That's because now on this particular day, the sun is overhead at the equator. So the circle of illumination, it is coinciding with the meridian that is there. Okay, that is why there's 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night. And as we move from the equator towards the North Pole, at this time of the year, we see that there is decrease in the length of the day, and this will persist till 21st December. Now, on 22nd December, what is happening is the sun's rays, it is overhead at the Tropic of Capricorn. Now, the condition that is there, it completely reverses in comparison to the position of the Earth on 21st June. That is, as we move away from the equator towards the South Pole region, we see that there is increase in the length of day as we move towards the South Pole region. And as we move from the equator towards the North Pole region, we see that the length of the day, it is shorter and shorter, and there is till we come to a point where there's continuous darkness in the north. Okay, and this situation, it persists till from 22nd December to 28th of March. Now the position of the earth, it has shifted to 21st March. Okay, so in 21st March, what is happening is that there's 12 hours of daylight again and 12 hours of night, like the 23rd September. Okay, now here what is happening is the sun's rays, it is overhead at the equator, therefore the circle of illumination, it is coinciding with the meridian. That's why the 12 hours days and 12 hours night. And here the length of the day, it increases. Okay, as we move from equator towards the north, the length of the day increases, and this condition, it persists from 21st March to 20th June. If the earth was not revolving, there would have been the day and night, and they would also had been the variation of the length of day and night that occurs because of the inclination of the earth's axis, but the day to day change in the length of day and night wouldn't have occurred. Day to day variation wouldn't have occurred if there was no revolution. We will talk about the occurrence of season or phenomenon of season. Okay, so talking about the season, the earth has 365 position. The earth takes 365 position as it revolves around the sun in 365 days. Okay, so these, some of the especially 4 days can be initially selected to understand as to the important fact about the phenomenon of season over year. 4 important days are taken. Okay, and the seasons, it is basically the result of the combined effect of earth's revolution as well as the tilt of the earth's axis in one direction throughout the year. So because of it, there's occurrence of season. As we dealt with the varying length of day and night, at that time we understood that the latitude at which the sun appears directly overhead, it changes as the earth is revolving around the sun. So there's a change. So the sun appears to follow a yearly pattern. Okay, and in the sky, and this yearly pattern that is followed, actually it is from west to east. Okay, but seems to us that the sun is following a yearly pattern of northward and southward movement, and this movement, it is known as the migration of the sun. And when the earth's movement is from the equator towards the north, it is known as Uttarayan, and when it is from the equator towards the south, then it is known as Dakshinayan. Okay, that is in India. And the amount of heat that is received by the earth depends on the altitude of the sun. Okay, with reference to the position of the earth when it is revolving around the sun. And the place of the earth that receives the direct heat of the sun, it is much hotter than the place that is receiving the oblique rays. Okay, thus there is a difference in temperature between the 4 seasons, that is in spring, summer, autumn and winter. In the summer season, it is very hot. In the winter season, it's very cold. Autumn, it's mild. Spring is mild. So it largely result because of the position of the earth when it is revolving around the sun. And when the sun is overhead at the equator, when the earth is revolving around the sun, that is especially in 21st March and 23rd September, we call it spring and autumn equinox. And when the sun is at the Tropic of Cancer and directly overhead at Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, then we call it summer and winter solstice respectively. Okay, so the year has been divided into 4 cycles of season according to the above mentioned phenomenon that is taking place of equinox and solstice, and they are the 4 seasons, that is the spring, summer, autumn and winter. This is all about effect of revolution, girls, and occurrence of seasons. We will deal with the solstice and equinox in the next chapter. Okay, bye bye girls, take care of yourself. I will be putting up another presentation on Friday. And girls, one more thing, to understand seasons better, please see the video, the link that I have given you. Okay, the YouTube link that I have given. It's not my video, but still please go through it. Okay.